Three. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Trennon. That's Ryan. Say what's up, Ryan.
Hey, what's up?
Thank you, Ryan. And you're watching the Trennon and Ryan Sports Show, the NFL edition episode. So this isn't a current episode. The next episode will be episode 3, but this is our special Super Bowl edition podcast. I'm very excited about it. Are you excited, Ryan?
Oh, very excited. Very excited for Super Bowl as well.
So we're kind of a college centric podcast.
Yeah,
I think most people know that at this point. But I think we're going a Super Bowl episode. Kind of we're a football junkies, so it kind of goes with the moment. We need to be on the Super Bowl. We need to be talking about the Super Bowl. It's going to be an interesting Super Bowl this year. But before we get started, I'm going to ask you to do 3 big things. Can we do them? I need you to like and subscribe on YouTube. So if you watch the YouTube version, I need you to like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. And then if you listen to the Spotify version, I need you to follow our podcast and share. Share with your friends, share with your neighbors, share with your neighbors' dogs, share with your neighbors' cats. Share with them all. Share with your grandparents. Share with your pastors. Share with whoever, God, who cares about this kind of stuff. Share. It's important that you share. I know that it sounds a little repetitive, but we want to get it out to as many people. We want people to listen to what we got to say. We
exactly.
care about the sport. We're going to put our best info, and they're interested in this topic. We obviously want to branch out and reach other audiences. So it's important to share. Share if you're on YouTube too. If you're
Exactly.
share the YouTube video, if you like watching the video podcast, if you like listening to audio on Spotify, and the plan is to have it out on all podcast platforms. If you want to reach out to me at Trenton Bets on Twitter, you can reach out to me and ask me if we've got it on any of the podcast platforms. The only one we don't have it on right now, I do believe, is the little Apple podcast, but
Yeah.
that takes a little more time for it to upload there. So it should be our episode 2 that I just released should be on there soon enough. So without further ado, we can go deep into the Super Bowl. Ryan, I want to start off this episode with not talking about the Super Bowl. I
Exactly.
want to talk about the Matthew Stafford trade, if you don't mind. So let's
Yeah.
talk about that. The Rams traded for Matthew Stafford, gave
Mhm.
up 2 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and Jared Goff.
Yep.
Who won that trade?
Um, I think they both kind of won it. I think Detroit knew that they weren't going to win the Super Bowl in the next, 3 to 4 years. I think Stafford knew that too. But the Rams are in prime position to win it, so it worked for Stafford. He gets to go to a place where he gets to immediately get plugged in and have a chance to win a Super Bowl. And then Detroit gets the means to rebuild. You get a young, good quarterback. He's not the best quarterback. He's a good quarterback. And you get 2 first-round picks in a couple in future years, and then you get a third-round pick in this upcoming year. So you get the opportunity to rebuild your program and become a Super Bowl winning program.
Yeah, I was reading some of the Rams players. The Rams are in prime position. They have Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, 2 good wide receivers.
Very good.
On the defensive side, you still have Aaron Donald, the best defensive player in the NFL.
Yep.
And you have, what's that guy? Jalen Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey, all pro cornerback, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He's been consistently the best probably for the past 3 or 4 years. So
Yeah.
you imagine that can last a couple more years, most likely. So
Yeah, and they
they've
have a
got
good
a lot of
running back
talent.
in Cam Akers. So
They've got
yeah.
a lot of talent over there in Los Angeles.
Yep.
So I think it's possible that and Sean McVay, he's a good head coach. If they can go back to the way they were when they went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Patriots. I mean, recently, I think Jared Goff lost a lot of confidence. I think that
Yeah.
really hurt his playing style. I don't think he was confident toward the end of the season. Last week I said Danny Werfel. I don't believe that was correct. I believe the guy's name is John Walford.
I think
Danny
so.
Werfel
Danny
was an
Werfel
older
retired a while back.
quarterback from a long time ago, so I don't know why it came up. I don't know why in the world that came out of my head. I'm supposed to know a lot about sports. I know nothing about sports apparently. But see, so I don't even think now that's not even a competition. Matthew Stafford will be the guy.
Yeah.
And I think it's good for him because if you look at his time in Detroit, I don't think it was very productive to way he's only 32 years old, man. He's in
Yeah.
his prime,
He's
prime
he's
quarterback age. This is his time. And
Yeah.
I feel like they can do some real damage, especially that defense was so good all year. That's why they propelled them to what they were. They were able to get in the playoffs and then that playoff win in Seattle. If
Hmm.
that they can put a good offense behind that great defense, they'll be somewhere. I think they can obviously
Yeah.
make it back to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I think they'll be a favorite for Super Bowl next year. The Lions won't be, but then they'll
No,
have the ability to rebuild and
they
become
may
that.
be the worst team in the league next year. That's fine.
They'll be good again
They
though.
know what they are now. They got
Yep.
those picks, you know. They had to take on Jared Goff's massive contract, which is it's a crazy contract, but I guess that's why they got so many picks for him.
I mean, I'm sure Stafford's contract's pretty crazy too. So
Oh, Stafford's contract. I actually haven't. I thought I had it. He has 2 seasons remaining on his contract. Only two. Now he wouldn't leave. Why would he leave after? I wouldn't leave Los Angeles, especially if y'all got if they got a good thing going and
great
he
spot.
stays
Yeah.
healthy. I mean, he's been hurt a lot in Detroit, but if he stays healthy, they could be a real problem in that
Oh
in
yeah.
West.
Oh yeah. I agree. Yeah, they're gonna be right up there.
So what do you think now that so we have this trade, we have it happen. What did I say? Two first, a third, and Jared Goff. What
Yeah.
do you think Deshaun Watson's trade? I would say, I think most people would say Matthew Stafford's 32, Deshaun's 25, and Deshaun's much better than Matthew Stafford, I do believe. So what do you think? What do you think a team would be willing to give up for Deshaun Watson, who's got 5 years left on his contract, I believe?
And they got to give up a whole lot. Whoever gets him. I know there've been a lot of rumors that he's been looking. He wants to go to the Jets. Apparently, I don't know why, but
Okay.
apparently that's the rumor. Uh, I
Maybe he's a
mean,
New York guy.
yeah, I mean, maybe you have to give up a lot of first round draft picks, a lot of second round draft picks. If he goes to New York, you probably have to go up Sam Darnold. Wherever he goes, that team's got to give up their quarterback. Um, Got a quarterback and got to give up a lot of draft picks, maybe even a little bit more, maybe a running back or a receiver too.
Yeah, what worries me about going to the Jets, right? So the Jets have a bad team.
Yeah,
They're not a good team, right? They need those picks to rebuild their team. So if they trade all those picks away, Deshaun Watson transitional talent. I mean, he's fantastic, right?
yeah, he's
But if they
phenomenal.
trade those picks away, it makes me wonder if they're going to be able to rebuild their team, or is it going to just be a repeat of what's going on in Houston right now? Or
It'll
is
probably be a repeat, honestly.
because they don't have the team around him. What does it
Yeah,
matter? I mean, they didn't have the team in Houston. They're not going to have a team in New York either.
no, I mean, there's nothing in New York. The other rumor I've heard is that he might go to the Panthers, which would be awesome. He'll be, kind of come back to, obviously you have to go with Teddy Bridgewater, and then maybe some other pieces and some draft picks as well to get him.
Yeah, the Panthers would be in a better position. I think Matt Rule's a good coach. I think Joe Brady's a good offensive
Oh yeah,
coordinator. I
oh
think
for
they
sure.
can I think they could do some damage. I always thought Miami should be in play. Miami should be the one that I think well, I don't
Give him
know.
Tua then,
If you give him Tua, I mean Tua, he's just not the
Tua's
same as he
okay.
was in college right now.
It
He
was
was
his
so
first
good at
year.
college. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird place. But see, Miami has the team around him. That's what makes me think Miami would be a good fit because Miami does have the team around him
You can
to
just go
help
ahead
him.
and start winning now.
Right, right, right. See, where New York wouldn't really have that situation. Does that make any
It'd
sense?
be years before they started winning again.
Right, right, right. So I don't know. It's a strange situation. Maybe Deshaun Watson's good enough he could propel New York to at least get in the playoffs. But without a good team, how are you gonna beat Kansas City or
I mean,
Baltimore?
you
Buffalo?
gotta have at least a defense behind you. That's how the Jets used to do it when Mark Sanchez was there. They got to the playoffs off their defense. Darrell Revis and Bart Scott and guys like that. They just hammered their way in, and they had a good enough offense to get past. I think Deshaun would help them, have a good enough defense, but or offense, but that defense just isn't there.
Yeah, Deshaun, and they need a better offensive line. They have, I mean, New York Jets are depleted. They're a
It's
bad team
it's
for
a
a
bad
reason.
spot.
But that's good, man. I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes. I'm a big
Yeah.
Clemson fan, obviously, so I'm interested in seeing his destination. Doesn't seem like he's happy in Houston.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like they treated him fairly. When you got a player like that, man, you got to make a way to make him happy. He's a, I mean, he's a once in a lifetime kind of guy.
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
take him away. That's kind of a big deal, but who knows? But where he'll end up. But let's transition. Let's go ahead and transition to the Super Bowl. Let's do. What do you think about this game? What do you think? Just go ahead and tell me about this game. What do you think about this game coming up?
well, I kind of like what we said in the last episode of our show is just it's veterans versus the young guns of the NFL. I mean, Tampa Bay is just loaded with a bunch of veterans, 30 years old or older, pretty much. Um, and, you know, Kansas is just young, just so young and fast. Um, I think Kansas, you know, obviously has a little bit of an edge because they're 14-2 in the regular season. They're the best team in the regular season this year. So I mean, we'll see how it plays out. You got obviously, you know, we've seen underdogs win it before, and you got Tom Brady as the underdog, which is very rare. It'll be really interesting to see how who wins between veterans and the youngins.
So I was watching the film. When I was watching the film for this game today, preparing for the podcast, the one thing I noticed from that game so Tampa Bay and Kansas City played each other in the regular season. Tampa
Yep.
Bay won 27-24. Close game, but Kansas City just obliterated them
Yep.
near in the first half. It was like not a very competitive. Tom Brady didn't look great. Tom Brady throughout the game made a lot of mistakes. He threw two interceptions, I believe, had a
Yep.
rough game. If they didn't make those mistakes, it's possible that they would have been in the game. I think Tampa Bay has the ability to be in this game and to win this game
Oh yeah.
if they limit the mistakes. Now,
Yeah.
how easy is that going to be? That's harder said than done because we've seen in the NFC Championship game this past weekend, Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions. So Tom Brady needs to not do that. So if he wants to win his seventh, or well, I believe his seventh championship,
Yeah, I mean, the Kansas City. I mean, they won by 3 points when they played earlier this year. Um,
Tampa
you
Bay ran
know,
out of time, flat out just ran out
yeah,
of time. That's
long
kind of
time.
the end of what.
I mean, one of the good things, you know, Tampa Bay has going for them is that they are veterans. All of them are veterans. Um, you know, and it means they've been in that spot. They've all been in that spot. They've been in spots where they're the underdogs, where they're the favorites, where they're behind. And you've thrown a couple of picks, especially Tom Brady. Tom Brady's been around forever. Um, so they know what they need to do and they know how to do it. They just we'll see if they can actually execute it.
Yeah, right. Because Tom Brady, I mean, I believe Antonio Brown might be back for the game, and
Yep.
then Mike Evans, an absolute great player. And
Yep.
those are they have some great players on that team.
Have some
And they have
phenomenal
talent. Leonard Fournette, he's pretty good.
Le'Veon
I
Bell
mean,
or not LaShawn McCoy. He's also on that team.
oh, really?
Uh,
And then, like I said, that defense is loaded with. I mean, I'm telling you, like I said last episode, it's the 2013 All Pro team.
yep.
If it was 2013 or 2014, man, this team would win the Super Bowl in a blowout because they'd be so good. But it's 2020, 2021. So I guess it's a little different now. They're all old, but Tom Brady, I think he can do it. I think he can win. If he, like I said, limits the mistakes. If he, like I said, he can't throw any interceptions really. If he throws one, maybe, but if he throws any more than one, I don't think. I think the Chiefs have too many talent. If you look at the game where they played when they in the regular season, week 12 in the regular season, Patrick Mahomes threw for 462 yards, 3 touchdowns, 462 yards. It's a lot of yards. I don't know. I think that might have been his high for the entire season. Tyreek Hill had 13 receptions for 269 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Travis
Yep.
Kelce had 8 receptions for 82 yards with a couple key first downs. That's one thing I did notice. So I noticed two specific things when I was watching, three really. They had a hard time getting to Patrick Mahomes,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yep.
Tampa Bay's defensive line. Patrick Mahomes has this ability to think like when you're watching him, you're like, oh man, he's about to go down, and then he
He
runs
just gets out of
and
it.
throws it like 200 yards in the air or whatever, and it's like come touchdown to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Notice that they had a hard time getting to Patrick Mahomes. They couldn't cover Tyreek Hill. I mean, what a game he had. 13 receptions, 269 yards, 3 touchdowns. every pass that he caught, it was embarrassing to the defender. Like Tyreek Hill is so fast and so talented. It is a wonder to me that we hear all this stuff about like DeAndre Hopkins, Odell Beckham Jr., whatever. No one ever talks about Tyreek Hill ever being the best in the league. I never hear that. But man, he is a special, talented player. He can really catch
Yeah.
that ball. He's faster than everybody else. And Sammy Watkins, he didn't really have an impact in that game, so he could be a key factor if he's going to
Yeah.
play. I'm not sure because
I
he
think
was
he's come back
out.
from injury.
So he is going to, but well, he might play. I didn't look at that yet.
I think he's probable or
Probably
something like that.
okay because he didn't play against Green Bay. Am I correct in saying that?
No, he was injured. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, 2 weeks rest. I don't know what was wrong with him. Do you know?
I can't remember.
He had like a calf injury or something like that,
Yeah, it was some of his leg. It was
like a hamstring injury. But if he add him back, it's just going to be another weapon for Patrick Mahomes. They're another weapon they're going to have to cover.
yep.
I don't know how you cover Travis Kelce. Travis, so that's the second thing. The second thing I noticed was Tyreek Hill just being a dominant force on the field, just dominating his way throughout the whole game. And then another thing I noticed was Travis Kelce didn't have any touchdowns because friggin' Tyreek Hill caught all the touchdowns. That Travis Kelce had a lot of key first downs. So when you get him on third down, there's a lot of third down. Kansas City had a bunch of third down conversions. Third down and 8, third down and 4, third and 2, third and 3, a lot of those. And you got to make those pivotal stops, especially at key points in the game. Now, we've already watched Tampa. So Kansas City traveled to Tampa Bay.
Yep.
That's what. So
Again.
we're going to see that again. But now it'd be. I don't know if it'll be less Tampa fans. It probably will be, I imagine, because they're bringing a lot of like healthcare workers or whatever. Vaccinated
Yeah.
healthcare workers are going to the game, and then I think they're letting the normal people into the game. So
They'll give Kansas City a chance to give their fans some tickets too. So
yeah. So I mean, I imagine that it won't be all Tampa Bay, even though it would be really interesting. I wish this would happen. I wish this would have happened in like a non-COVID year, maybe this next coming year if it's non-COVID, Lord's willing. Because I would love to see it like Tampa Bay fans just swarm the stadium. I don't know how NFL Super Bowl tickets work. I think they're usually really expensive.
yeah,
But
they are.
I don't know if the normal. I mean, obviously you couldn't get like your season ticket holders couldn't come to the game. That wouldn't be fair to like the normal people who want to buy Super Bowl tickets. But I think it would be really cool to witness like a home team at their home stadium for the Super Bowl. That would be really well. We are going to witness it, but it just won't be the same as it usually is. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I'm looking forward to the game. I think it'll be good. I think Tom Brady. I think they'll pull it out. I really do. Ryan, we'll go with your prediction first. Let me hear it.
Well, I've been looking at it. I just think the Chiefs are the best team in the league. I mean, Tom Brady's been there, obviously, and
Well, they are the best team in the league. I agree.
it's very possible that Tom Brady could get a 7th ring next week, but I think the Chiefs are just the best. The way Mahomes is throwing it around, how many targets he has. Even if Sammy doesn't play, they still have so many targets and just ridiculous playmaking ability on that offense. And the defense is pretty good too. Like they have a really good defense. You don't become a 14-2 team and make it to the Super Bowl without it. So I think Kansas City will pull it out. I don't think it'll be a blowout or anything. I think it'll be close. I think
It'll be
Kansas.
kind of like the last game.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great game, but I think Kansas wins it.
Whoa, you got a score for me? Give me a score.
I'm gonna say 34-28.
34-28. I'm gonna look up the spread real quick. But why I'm doing that, I'm gonna give you my pitch of why I think Tampa Bay will win the Super Bowl.
All right.
So I think Tampa Bay is gonna win. I hope
Okay.
Tampa. I'm pulling for Tampa Bay. I think it'd be cool to see them win, mainly because I want Tom Brady out of the league. I want him gone. I want him done. But I think Tampa Bay is going to win, and I think Tampa Bay is going to win because I think Tom Brady is going to limit the turnovers, like I mentioned earlier. I think he's going to limit the turnovers. I think the defense is going to try to get to Patrick Mahomes, going to make some key stops on third down. And I think at the end of the day, Tampa Bay has so many good skill positions that I think they'll be able to will themselves to a win. Even though I do think the Kansas City Chiefs are the better team. Obviously, I think Kansas City Chiefs are the better team. I think they're the better. I've had better players. Well, I don't know if they have better players. They have some pretty good. Tampa Bay got some pretty good players. I think Kansas City's better at quarterback. I don't think Tom Brady's what he used to be, and I think Patrick Mahomes is just so special that I
Yeah,
think.
I mean, Tom Brady's had a phenomenal year. I mean, 40 touchdowns is fantastic, but
Right,
yeah,
exactly. So the pick center. So the betting lines right now have Kansas City -3. Obviously, Kansas City's favorite. That should be obvious.
yeah.
But -3, that makes me wonder a little bit. That makes me wonder a little bit. And I think Tampa Bay might want it more. Tom Brady might want it more, and he might will them guys to want. There's a bunch of dogs on that team that just haven't had a lot of success in their career. Like Ndamukong Suh's always had kind of weird success, and I don't know, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, even though, I think he's kind of wanting one. I think
Yeah,
there's a will to win on that side. And, like Bruce Arians might, he really wants to prove something to the Pittsburgh organization. And I just think overall they have a great thing going on. I think they might will them to win. I'm hopeful. It all depends on what happens in that secondary if they don't get freaking blown out or
yeah,
roasted in the secondary. Maybe they'll be okay. It just depends on how much success Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes have. That's what it kind of boils down to. If they're going to have as good of a game as they had last time, or are they going to try to slow them down? Can they force Kansas City to make turnovers? Is Patrick Mahomes healthy enough? He seemed pretty healthy in that last game against Buffalo, so he should be okay. But you never know. This is all stuff that you have to think about. So I don't know. So Kansas City's -3. The over under is 56.5. I'm liking over. I'm liking over. You never know what might happen. Over, over, over. And then I'm liking the money line. Kansas 165 on the money line as well. So I don't
you
know.
never know. I mean, it's gonna be a high scoring game, that's for sure.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Maybe defense will shine. It might go under, under, under. You never know. You never know.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Right. Maybe you never know what might happen. You never know.
Sometimes no.
I want to see Kansas City lose for a couple reasons because I don't
Really?
want them to get this dynasty ego, and I want who Jackson Mahomes is. Do you know who that is?
That's Mahomes or Pat Mahomes' little brother, right? He's kind
He's a
of
douchebag. Hate him. He's a
he's a little off.
scumbag. I don't like him. He dances on the TikToks. Uh, I don't like Patrick Jackson Mahomes. I think he's a loser. He's too serious. I think he needs to bring it down a level. I don't like him dancing on other teams when they lose, kind of like Juju. Everybody knows I'm a Pittsburgh
I
guy.
mean, gotta get a little bit of a dance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. He's been doing this dancing. Stop your dancing.
Celebrate a
Stop
little bit.
your dancing. I don't want to see any more dancing. I'm tired of it. I want to see him humbled a little bit. I want to see Kansas City humbled a little bit. I want to see everything go back to the way it was. Not the way it was, but I want Kansas City, to get a little humbling. You know what I mean? Andy
And
Reid.
maybe a while before we see that.
Come on, Buffalo. You're our only hope.
And maybe LA Rams, who knows,
Yeah, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Placing all our trust in Matthew Stafford, huh?
We'll get Deshaun to the Jets and they'll beat him out.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson going to the Super Bowl with the Jets. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I don't know about all that. But this is kind of the end of the show. Kind of a shorter episode, but I like it. Good NFL episode. Great NFL episode. I'm pretty happy with the conversation we had today. I hope you find this episode entertaining. Hope you really enjoyed it. Follow me at Trennon Bets. Follow Ryan at Ryan Gunn 27. Ryan, any final thoughts?
No, just excited for Super Bowl. Can't wait to see it. And as Trent said, this episode will come out on Wednesday, and then we're going to have another a regular episode, kind of going back to the college stuff, on coming out on Friday.
Yeah. So, like Ryan said, we're gonna have this show comes out on Wednesday. Next episode comes out on Friday. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, follow us. If you want to reach out to me, if you know me personally, text me. If you use a different podcast application other than Spotify, if you don't, look us up on Spotify. Trenton and Ryan Sports Show. If you're a new fan or a fan or whatever, look me up on Twitter at Trennon Bets. You can DM me, ask me any questions you want. Maybe a next segment. I'm one segment I was thinking about doing maybe for the next show is doing maybe like maybe fan questions or something like that. Maybe
Yeah,
if somebody wants to send in a fan question or something like that, that'd
we'll
be
be
kind
happy to
of
answer.
yeah. At the end of the episode, maybe we could be like it'd be like fan questions or whatever. That'd be kind of fun. Get us
Yeah,
thinking a little bit. But that's the end of the episode. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, like, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, y'all. See you on Friday.
yes.
Friday. Friday.